Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and today I want to do Bath & Body Works Halloween throughout the years. And I'm going to start with 2011 until present. And I'm going to talk about some key products that Bath & Body Works had for their Halloween season. I'm going to include each luminary with photos, any body care products they had, or like lip glosses, hand soaps, sanitizers. And I will share photos, and most of this information I did get from old blogs back in the day. Musing as a Muse, I found a lot of information on her blog, Life Inside the Page, and Girl Geeks from Bonnie. And then I found some articles from like magazines and stuff that were showing the upcoming Halloween products. But yes, if you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. And yeah, let's get into this video. I've had so much fun researching everything and learning a lot. But if you have any products that you remember, definitely leave them down below. But let's start in 2011. And they did have, I believe it was a body lotion travel size set that they came out with. And I believe they released it for a couple years. Back in the early day, 2011, and they didn't really do the collections they do now with the full-size body care. That is actually more recent, but they did have a body lotion travel size set, and the one was called Scream a Colada. And that one was a tantalizing blend of creamy coconut, juicy pineapple, and a hint of rum. It sounds like it smells really good, almost like a summer scent, but I would love for them to bring back some of these scents for Halloween. And then another one that sounds super good is Sinful Vanilla, which is an indulgent blend of vanilla bean, whipped marshmallow, and vanilla cream. Now that sounds amazing. And then Spider Cider, which is an intoxicating blend of juicy red berries, mouth-watering lemon, and black sugar, which sounds awesome too. I mean, these all sound so good. And then there was a Wicked Spice Pumpkin, an addictive blend of white pumpkin, fresh ginger, and whipped vanilla musk. Not sure about that one because of the ginger, but I'm sure it was amazing. And then Black Candy Apple, a tempting blend of juicy apple, caramelized sugar, and irresistible vanilla. All these sound amazing. They also had one called Plum Potion, which is an enticing blend of sweet plum, blood orange, and black raspberry. They had a scary collection of pocket backs, and I just thought it was interesting, the names and the scents that they had. So they had one called Scaredy Cats, which was a black cherry, and it says a luscious black cherry fragrance. One called Skulls, and it was forbidden apple, a juicy apple fragrance perfectly blended with bright lemon and strawberries. Bones, which was monster mint, a decadent blend of peppermint, sweet cream, and dark chocolate. And then there was a Tricks and Treat collection in the pocket backs, and it had Vampire Blood, which was a plum, Candy Corn, which is caramel scented, Bat Bite, which is an apple, Zombie Tonic, which was a marshmallow, Phantom Pumpkin, which is just scented with pumpkin, Chocolate Chew, which is milk chocolate, Gumball, which is pink bubble gum, and Sour Drop Watermelon and Honeydew. And for the 2011 Luminary, it was like a gothic style house, and it had bats on it. It was a white house with a black roof. It had a Frankenstein standing in the front, and the bats were on the roof. Now let's get into 2012. They had a haunted house luminary, and the price was $49.50. And you could place 3 1.3 ounce candles on pillars inside the home of Frankenstein and his bride for a spooky effect radiating from the windows. And I couldn't find much on body care. I believe they carried over, brought back the same lotions they had in 2011. But they did have Liplicious lip glosses, and they retailed for $8 a piece, They had spooky sweet and sour. It was a side-by-side mix of sweet and sour, candy corn. It was a tantalizing candy corn flavor, creepy candy roll, bewitching beautiful candy roll flavor gloss is all trick and no treat. And those were all color changing. They also had Halloween like figure hand soaps, and they had a black cat. It was a tantalizing blend of crisp apple, spiced caramel, and fresh pear. When you press the pump, the cat screeches, and that retailed for $14.50. There was a jack-o'-lantern, an enticing blend of fresh pumpkin, spiced clove, and cinnamon, which retailed for $12. And then Dracula, a tempting blend of sweet plum, sugared strawberries, and fresh raspberries that retail for $10. Now we'll move on to 2013. They did bring back spider cider and a travel body lotion, which was the intoxicating blend of juicy red berries, mouth-watering lemon, and black sugar. Like, I would love for those original lotions to come back in full size throughout the years. Like, bring us like at least one next year, like every year. I think that would be amazing. And then the Luminary in 2013 was a gray house with boards covering the windows. A pumpkin man was in the front. It had a black roof, and it looks like it was made like a ceramic, and it did lift up, and you could put 2 small candles inside, and I believe the Luminary was like a haunted barn. And then some pocket backs from 2013 were Ghoul Friend, which it's described, or it was called Ghoul Friend Berry Scary. And it was scented with a tart and sweet blend of wild berries. Vampire Blood Plum Potion, scented with plum. And then there was Owl Hoot Berry, which I think sounds so good. It is scented with blackberries and cherries. A jack-o'-lantern, scented with pumpkin. And then Eek Spider Yummy Mummy, and that was a marshmallow, and fluff marshmallow and sweet vanilla cream. It sounds so good. Now we're gonna move on to 2014, and I believe the year they like had a theme. It was the Spooktacular Boutique, and that was their Illuminary that year. And it was a haunted house. It was ceramic, and it retailed for $64.50. It was like a gothic owl haunted house, white with black and gray roof, an owl knocker on the door, a white owl in a window and on the roof. I had a hard time finding any like Halloween body care that year. I did find some stuff. It's more like fall, but they did have hand creams, pumpkin spice latte, and then pumpkin pecan waffles. And then they also did a body care set like Comfort Autumn Harvest, and the Comfort was a pumpkin latte and marshmallow. Autumn was a pear and cashmere woods. Harvest was a plum, moscato, and almond, which sounds amazing. And then they did have a pumpkin pecan waffle bubble bath. Now let's go on to 2015. They did do candles every year, but this one looked very popular. Like a lot of the blogs were talking about this candle, and it was called Spooky Vanilla. And the notes are, what it says is thrills, chills, and a spine-tingling scent await you in sweet notes of creamy French vanilla, sparkling sugar crystals, and fluffy marshmallows, which sounds so good. It was like a green candle. And the haunted house Luminary, it was like a candle lantern that year, which retailed for $49.50. It was black had a pumpkin and a ghost at the door. And this year they brought out Halloween socks. They have one that says Night Owls, which was an owl, and one that said Would You Like Warm Feet, which was a woodchuck. A Foxy Lady, which was a fox. A Little Stinker, which was a skunk. And then Just Kitten Around, which was like a Halloween black cat. Now we'll move on to 2016, and I believe the theme that year was Spooktacular Halloween. and they had mini candles. I don't know if you guys remember the mini candles. Rula here on YouTube, she actually still owns some. She shared them in a video, but they had mini candles and they were vampire blood, perfect pumpkin, and then one called Boo. I remember having those mini candles. They used to have a horoscope collection, and I remember buying my daughter one of those. Now this year, I believe, if I'm correct, these were full size, because they did come out with a signature body care collection called the Perfect Pumpkin this year. And if I'm correct, this would be the first year they did full size Halloween, but the packaging was orange with a black cat on it. And the notes are carved pumpkin, spooky cinnamon, black ginger, moonlit vanilla, and spiked amber. And the luminary looked like a huge mansion. It was gray. It had pumpkins, big black cat in the window, and the inside looks orange. I believe 2016 they did do a lot of like black cat themes. Now let's move on to 2017. So for body care, I found like a Shimmer Fizz. It was the Halloween Wicked Apple Shimmer Fizz body lotion, and it's similar to, well, it's the same thing as what comes out now. Like I have the Ghoul Friend from this year. And then the Luminary. So I believe, I had a hard time reading it, but I believe it says Bones Co. Apothecary. I think that's what it says. And then it says Spell and Potions. Or on the house, like on each window, it looked like a store. Now we'll move on to 2018. So they had a 3-wick candle called Hot Cocoa and Scream, which had notes of chocolate, milk, and marshmallows. Kind of like our hot cocoa and cream we get like every holiday season. And I did notice the year prior, 2017, I noticed it first, but they used to do a pocket back hand sanitizer sampler. This one retailed for $19. It was a bag filled with like little hand sanitizers, and the whole idea is you could hand them out to trick-or-treaters instead of candy. And then for the Luminary that year, it retailed for $98, and it was a haunted inn, like a haunted bread and breakfast, and it would hold a 3-wick candle, and it was black with like in gray, and it had like a red snake wrapped around one of the columns in the front door. And they did have foaming hand sanitizers. I'm not sure if that's the first year, but I did notice it. It stood out to me when I was doing my research. And they came in Vampire Blood, Ghoul Friend, and Perfect Pumpkin. And then in 2019, the Luminary was silver with pink glitter roof. And it had like a pink door with a black bird, kind of like a crow or a raven, and a black bird bath. In some pictures, I thought the pink was red, but in other pictures, it looks pink, and it kind of looks like it has purple as well in the house. Foaming hand soap collection with Vampire Blood, and then they said this was a new scent called Halloween. It was a blend of gruesome grapefruit and shocking sunrays. And then they also had one called Perfect Pumpkin, which was basically sweet cinnamon pumpkin. And then they had another new one called Spells Divine, which was enchanted apple, sparkling cassis, and moonlit daisies. Another one called Candy Corn, which was wickedly wild berries and supernatural citrus. And then Ghoul Friend, dark strawberries, ghostly peony, and spine-chilling citrus. Now we'll move on to 2020. Some Halloween hand soaps. They had one called Happy Haunting, which was mysterious lime, frightening pear, and spooky sea salt. Ghoul Friend, they had Vampire Blood, and then one called Spooky Nights, which is haunting sage, scary sandalwood, and terrifying tonka bean. I could not find anything on a Luminary for sure. I did find a quick photo, like in a video of a Luminary, and it had like a silhouette of a witch. And then I tried to look for photos and I could not find any. I don't know, 2020, I guess, was just a strange year with lockdown and COVID and everything. But yeah, I had the hardest time getting any information. If you guys have more information that year, I'd love to know. But yeah, even in 2020, they didn't release like Halloween body care. They would do hand soaps, sanitizers, lip glosses, maybe like hand creams, stuff like that, but not the full size set. I also do like the mini shimmer mist, like Vampire Blood, Ghoul Friend, but yeah, no full size yet. Now in 2021, that's when we see, I believe it's our second full size, because if Perfect Pumpkin was the first, this would be the second time they brought back a full size. And this is the first year that we seen Wicked Vanilla Woods, which was actually an online exclusive in 2021. And then we also had a travel size of one called Happy Halloween, which is pretty much Vampire Blood. And it also came in a travel shower gel, body lotion, and diamond shimmer mist. And it also came in a bath bomb. And then they had a lip gloss called Spooky Berry. The Luminary house that year was a haunted house conservatory. It was black. It had like a big moth on it. And it had like flowers, or like kind of like a Venus flytrap, or like spooky plants coming out the side window, and it had green vines. So it was kind of like a greenhouse kind of. And then 2022, get a little more like body care full size. This is the year they had Enchanted Candy Potion, which sounds so good. I still hear about it all the time. It says, in a magical forest, sweet witches brew enchanting potions while spooky witches cast mystical spells. Which witch are you? I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but it's been storming all day. There actually was a tornado that hit in the west side of Buffalo today. But the scent notes are spellbinding sugar, bewitched berries, and whipped pixie dust. I heard it smelled like just like sweet, like fluffy candy. And that came in a shimmer fizz body lotion, a fine fragrance mist, which actually retailed for $18. And that's around the same that it retails today. And then it came in a body cream, which retailed for $17. And then they also had Wicked Vanilla Woods that year, and it didn't say anything about online, so I'm sure they brought it out in stores that year. And it came in a shimmer fizz lotion, a fine fragrance mist, and a body cream. The Luminary that year looked like a wooden house with like little ghost mushrooms, and it had like a haunted tree with a face, and it had a jack-o'-lantern, and then a black chimney, and the roof was also black as well. And then on the chimney it had like two eyeballs with kind of like a, I don't know if it was like a pink flower around the eyeball. And then last year, 2023, for the Luminary, it was a gray castle, and it had a purple roof, a jack-o'-lantern, and it had like on the door, or like top of the door, it had a skull head with a crown. And for the full-size body care, I have all the fine fragrance mists from last year. So they did have two new scents last year, which is Midnight Spell, and this one is Mystic Air, Moonlit Woods, and Crystal Amber. And it says, once the clock strikes midnight and the stars are aligned, cast your magical spell. It's time to shine. I almost didn't pick up this one because it isn't my favorite scent, but the more I use it, the more I spray it, I kind of like it more. It definitely has more of a unisex smell, a little more musky. It's kind of like a clean, fresh scent. But it's definitely Halloween spooky vibes with this one. And I know some people really liked it. And I do get why, because there's also a sweetness to this as well. Like, it isn't straight up musk. But yeah, Midnight Spell. And then a new one, which was my favorite, was Everlasting Magic. I used up quite a bit. And this one is Bejeweled Berries, Phantom Petals, Magic Musk. And it says pretty much the same saying about the clock striking midnight. But I love this one. To me, like, I was craving a cherry scent last year and I didn't have nothing like it. This is definitely sweet, dark berries. To me, it smells like it has cherries in it. And there's also like a depth to this. I don't know. And there's a sweetness. You can get the floral, but also that the musk to like balance everything out, add some depth to it. But it is very sweet, like berry. And then the first time they brought Vampire Blood in full size. And I use this one quite a bit as well. And it has notes of red berries, night blooming jasmine, and petrifying plum. It says the night is frightful and the moon shines bright. Celebrate this spooky season with this haunting fruity delight. Kind of like a fruit punch, like a berry fruit punch, very sweet. Almost like it has strawberries in it. There's plum. So yeah, I know everyone was so excited. I actually almost didn't pick up this one either. The first round had black caps, but when they they brought out more stock and no longer had the black caps. So that's why mine doesn't have the black cap. And now we're in the present year, 2024. And the body care that they brought out this year, they brought back Vampire Blood. I don't have the new packaging, but I'll show it on the screen. And then they also brought back Wicked Vanilla Woods as an online exclusive. And I did pick them up. Here is my fine fragrance mix, which I use quite a bit so far. This one has Magic of Vanilla, Glowing Amberwood, Enchanted Pink Pepper. And it says both thrilling and chilling, venture into the enchanted dark forest if you dare. It's like a spicy, almost kind of like a spicy vanilla. You do get the pink pepper, but the vanilla definitely adds some sweetness. I do enjoy this one a lot. So I ended up picking up the body wash, which I actually think is a lot sweeter. Usually the body washes are always sweeter. And then I picked up the body lotion. And then a new one for this year, they brought Candy Apple Cauldron, which is a mysterious green apple, simmering sugar, and crystallized bergamot. It says something is brewing. Embrace your inner magic with this bubbling concoction. This one's like a sour green apple with that bergamot, like a clean, fresh take on a sour green apple. I really do enjoy this one. This one has good longevity. I do feel like the sour apple eventually fades and you're left with that bergamot. And then for the first time in full size, they gave us Ghoul Friend, which is dark strawberries, ghostly peony, and spine-chilling citrus. It says haunted houses and scary movies. Have a chilling good time with your ghoul friend. Which is so good. It smells sweet, like candy. Somebody described it as like kind of grape, and like a grape Kool-Aid. It's just so good. I do get that strawberry. To me, it's a unique scent. And I did pick up the Shimmer Fizz body lotion, and I'm curious, do they only bring Shimmer Fizzes out during Halloween time? And it like crackles. Whoops. And when you rub it together, it crackles and pops. It does feel kind of like greasy at first, like a film, but it does absorb into your skin. It doesn't stick around. I feel like it's more of a novelty, like fun product, and it does leave behind some shimmer. And then this year for the Luminary, it is a house 3-wick candle holder, and it retails for $275. So it's probably the most this year. And it's like a white house with a black roof. It has a big pumpkin, and then it has stairs with a ghost lady like at the front door. And it has like tentacles coming out of the windows, like wrapping around the columns. This year, it seems like tentacles have been a theme, like eyeballs, snakes. So, yeah, So what did you guys think of this video? I had so much fun looking up everything. I would love to do something like this for fall, focus on the falls, like body care through the year. It was kind of tricky just for Halloween because they didn't do they didn't focus on body care in the past. It was mostly like candles, hand soaps, accessories, stuff like that. But yeah, I'd love to do fall and continue on this series with like Christmas and all the seasons. But yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave anything you remember down below from Halloween. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.